Hello, I'm Rebecca, and welcome back to Spencer Hospital Health Talk. Today we have a special treat because I have two students with me from Spencer Community Schools No Boundaries program. Let's introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about why you're here.
Hello, my name is Lucas Swanson. I'm a senior at Spencer High School. I'm 18, and we're here today to introduce you to No Boundaries and what we've been doing with our projects.
Thank you.
My name is Gage Dergos. I'm a senior, and we're in the No Boundaries program. We're here to have fun and talk about our projects and just let you guys know about that.
And I am so grateful that you both took a little time out of the day because I know that getting this time of year, it can get really busy at the school, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so thank you so much for taking time out of your day to tell us a little bit about No Boundaries. So let's get started. For those who might not be aware, what is the No Boundaries program?
No Boundaries is a student-based program. It's offered at the Spencer High School for juniors and seniors. In No Boundaries, we work with real community partners working on real projects that affect the community in different ways. One of these projects is LINC, the one that we're doing for this one, and we're just trying to help with spreading mental health awareness and behavioral health awareness, and it's been pretty fun. It's very open-ended. Whatever the partners that we choose, we do choose the partners.
Because you get to pick a program and partners that you want to work with, something that you're interested in that you want to learn more about, correct?
Right. We do this thing called Partner Palooza, where essentially we have a 3-minute speed date with a bunch of different projects, and they come to us, they present to us what they believe is a good project for the year, and we choose based on our passions and our interests. And it's really fun.
That is great. Now tell me a little bit, why did the two of you, and do you have one other person in your program that's helping you with the projects also?
Yes.
And she couldn't make it today, is that correct?
She was unable to make it today.
Okay, well,
yes.
That's fair, and we're missing you, but I am so happy to hear that you were both able to be here. Now tell me a little bit, why was it that you chose to select LINC as the project you wanted to spend the year working on and learning more about?
I think, at least for me, I'm pretty sure it's very similar for him. The reason we chose it is because the spreading awareness for mental and behavioral health, it was very important to us because it seems to be passed by a lot, and our partner had a very good video as well as to our
Tell us, what was it in the
presentation.
video that really sold you on it? Can you remember?
It was the effects, I would say.
Yeah,
I would say it was a lot of the effects.
She did edit it a little bit to make it try to be funny, and it worked.
It worked. It was fun, and you said, this is something that I want to work on.
Yeah.
That is awesome. I love that. Okay, now tell me a little bit. What have you learned about LINC since working with LINC? And have you worked mostly with Jill Barr with LINC, or have you worked with other people within the organization?
Primarily, it has been Jill Barr. We have had a few LINC meetings that we've attended.
So you've gotten to meet the full team, really?
Yes.
There are partners all over the community that help with LINC. That's great.
Yes. In these meetings, we've discussed our progress on our projects, met the Clay County Sheriff and the Chief of Police here in Spencer, and a few other coordinators that do a bunch of different jobs. I can't remember them all, but they're really important to the community, and it's honestly been a blast meeting them.
And what are a couple of the things that you feel like you've learned throughout this year?
I think personally, I've learned a lot about community engagement. This project has helped us a lot to get out of our comfort zone and go and talk to new people about these ideas that a lot of people haven't heard of before, and it definitely helped some confidence. It helped us learn a little bit of networking, and yeah.
And you feel like you get to make a difference.
Yeah.
Because I am so excited to talk about some of the projects you've worked on. It's not just one project, but you've done a number of projects. And you guys, what you're doing is really making a difference in the community. That has to make you so proud. So as we lead into that, what are some of the specific projects you've worked on?
Through LINC, we have A few of the projects is distributing awareness of the 988 phone number.
Tell us a little bit about that. What have you learned about the 988 number, and how can people use it, and why is it important to get that out there?
So we have not a lot of people knew about what 988 was. You know, the mental health hotline, and we have been. It's very important to get it out there because not only everyone thinks of 911. You know, everyone thinks, oh, worst thing happens.
If you're having an emergency, you call 911.
Exactly.
But if you're having a mental emergency, you call 988.
Exactly. And not a lot of people knew about that. So it's definitely we're both very honored to be able to be a part of, spreading that outreach and getting that idea out there that, hey, there's this resource that you have, free. You get to and
it doesn't matter where you're at, whether you're right here in Spencer or you're anywhere in the country. If you're in a crisis, you can call this number or you can text it.
Yeah. That's also a very nice part about the numbers. Not a lot of people like to call, so so being able to text the number, I'm sure will definitely increase people's ability to want to do so.
So it was your goal to try to get the word out about it so more people are aware of it. What sort of research did you do to try to learn about how to do that? And what were some of the methods you came up with to get word out?
So we actually talked a little bit with the LINC board itself on what are some good mental health distribution of resources for it. And one of the main ones that we came up with is at the high school, there's this huge jumbotron in the gym that they display a rotating slideshow with a bunch of different I'm not sure what's all on it, but there's a bunch of different images that pop up on the screen,
and everybody sees it if they're in the gym.
Oh yeah, it's huge. You can see it from the back and be able to read it clearly. And one of the things that we did was make sure that there was a 988 call, text, chat message on that jumbotron, so that way anyone who was struggling but didn't want to reach out for help through embarrassment or any other reason, they have that ability. They can take it down on their phone and then message it later after they're done at the game or whatever they're there for. It was pretty awesome to be able to make sure that was there, because I know personally that Jill Barr went and she saw it, and it's clear as day when it's displayed on the screen. It's pretty cool.
It's really great, and that's a great way that you can help anyone in the community who's at a game, or some of your classmates who maybe might be struggling and you're not even aware of it, and you've been able to help kind of connect them with a resource.
Yeah,
that's great.
We've also been able to, for distributing it, we actually worked with our local Quick Star that's just north of Spencer, and they were happy to help us put some 988 stickers, little displayed stickers in the corners of their mirrors in the bathrooms. So there is a 988 sticker in each of the bathroom corners that just says text, call, chat. If you need help, we're here.
That's awesome. Along the lines of stickers, you also came up with a really fun and innovative way to get the word out through the police cars, through our Spencer Police Department, and through the Sheriff's Office. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so we when we went to one of our LINC meetings that we went to with our
where you were meeting some of the community partners, including the sheriff and the police chief.
Yes.
Okay.
We were presenting some of our ideas about it, just getting rough feedback, and the sheriff and the chief came up with the idea of us putting 988 stickers on their police vehicles, and we were like, that's a great idea, because everyone, whenever you see a cop car, it's kind of hard not to look, right?
That's exactly right.
So then,
especially if the lights are flashing.
Exactly. But so we got some, after communicating with both the police and the sheriff departments, we came up with designs for each. So we got a design for the sheriff vehicles. We got a design for the old police vehicles, the new ones, like how they have the old design, and then they got that really sleek new one. And then we also came up with a design for the SS Collisions.
Helped you with that,
Yes,
right?
yes, they were very, very helpful during this whole process. So they came up with some designs together through through just communicating back and forth, and then we also came up with, or they came up with a design for the school resource officer vehicle as well.
Oh, that's wonderful. Now, I'll tell you, when we saw these and we heard about the project, Jill was kind enough to introduce us to it. We just loved the idea and asked if we could get involved also here at the hospital and if we could put them on the ambulances. And your team was so great at helping us coordinate so that we could do that as well. And so Spencer Hospital will be adding the 988 stickers to our ambulances as well as our supply chain van. So that as those vehicles are out in the community, anytime they're out there, if somebody sees those vehicles, we're hoping that they see, like, if you're in a crisis, you can call 988 to get help. So we just loved the idea, and thank you so much for letting us get involved as well. It's really exciting.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're excited to share it with you.
Now, tell me some of the obstacles you faced while you were working on either this project or some of the other projects through LINC, because I know no project goes smoothly. Every now and then you run into a hiccup here or there. So what were a couple obstacles you faced and how did you work your way through that? That's one of the great things about the No Boundaries program is you get to learn, like, in real life, how to work through obstacles.
I would definitely say our biggest obstacle that we've faced throughout this project and our other projects is a lot of communication. Getting through to each person and being able to kind of work around their schedule of communication, it can be very difficult.
There's a lot of waiting at times, isn't there?
Yes.
Okay, tell me a little bit about what part of the project surprised you the most.
I would say how willing the community is to get involved with this. Because, when you think of mental and behavioral health, a lot of times, there's some sort of stigma there,
Yes.
And to see how inviting and willing to adapt almost everyone in the community has been for us, it's a big eye opener to see, how a community can come together.
Yeah. Do you feel like it's helped you to see how maybe on future projects and in different things in your life, do you feel like it makes you a little more at ease to, if you need help, ask for help, or if you have a great idea, think about, you know what, I bet I could work with some people to make this happen?
Yeah, I definitely feel that way, that I could reach out to someone. And that's one of the great things about No Boundaries is it gets you connections with people in the area. One of the main things that Ann Thorson, our coordinator for No Boundaries, that she's kind of said is in the future, if you leave for college and then need to come back and are struggling to find a job or something, you can reach out to those people. And since you made such a good connection with them previously, they're way more likely to help you with their connections as well, get you to where you need to be. It's I know one student a few years ago was in one of the projects and came back after college, and they were able to get that connection and were able to find their job that they needed to.
That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
That's just great.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Okay, what are you most proud of doing with the LINC project? Like, what makes you smile when you think about it?
I'm definitely very proud of the fact that, we have accomplished the amount we have. Because whenever we first came in, we were thinking maybe like 2 or 3 things, and then we'd be good. But then as time went on, we all these new ideas came up and they came into play, and something as big as making these modifications to city vehicles that people can see, and they can know that that's there. That's definitely very heartwarming.
And I would say probably our upcoming release of these sleeves, coffee sleeves, that's something that we've been working on for a while, and I believe we're going to release them May 4th through Starbucks.
Now you're giving a little hint, but tell me one step further, a little bit more about what the coffee sleeves are and what you hope they communicate to the community and where people might find them. I want to pause for just a minute, because this is also a really fun idea. You guys have been so creative at getting the word out, so I'm excited to have you tell people about it.
We have been working with Starbucks and Black Earth Java to, at some point near the start of May, which is Mental Health Month,
Yes.
we will be releasing some sleeves that have some positive messages on them. Bunch of different ones, and they're just there to brighten some people's days.
And this is another project where you worked with community partners because am I correct that you're working with some of the individuals over at Occasions to have them help like create customized, personalized messages and decorate those coffee sleeves just in an effort to put a smile on people's faces and just brighten their day?
Yes. We actually went and met with them just last week, and they were so willing to help, and I feel like they appreciated it too, because we also understand that the elderly may not be as involved with that kind of thing, or they aren't turned to when they need help with that kind of thing, and they were so happy and appreciative to be able to help us with it, and they actually helped us get all of them done. It's crazy how efficient and great it was to work with them, and they were just appreciative of it.
And
so
how many of those coffee sleeves will be distributed to people getting their coffees around Spencer?
Yes, from yeah, we had 300 total, and
300 total.
Yeah, so 150 from each store, and it took us just a little bit of time to get them all written on, positive messages and things like that. But you can tell that the people at Occasions, they really did put time into it, and it was very, very nice of them.
That's awesome. Another really great project that you've done. Now, kind of as we look at wrapping up today's podcast, tell me just a little bit, what do you hope people in our community or your peers in school gain from the projects you've worked on?
I hope that people, can come together and understand that, mental health is, as well as behavioral health, it's something that, everyone has, experienced something with. And if we can all, come together and understand that, this is something that everyone can deal with, then everyone can also be there for each other, and it can definitely help as a community.
And if you need help is available.
Exactly, at 988.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you have anything to add?
I think I would just hope that everybody makes sure that they're keeping positive, because no one knows what another person is going through. And the more that we can stay positive and help each other, the less we may need to use those resources, which is for the better. But having them available is also another major thing that we need to just make sure people understand that we have resources available if you need help.
That is fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing your perspective. Thank you so much for telling us a little bit about your projects. But I think even more, thank you so much for your interest in LINC and your willingness to help get the word out and to help our community, because I really appreciate it. And it's been such a delight getting to know both of you. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you for having us. It was a great experience to be here and, be able to talk about all of those things.
That's awesome. And tune in again to learn a little bit more about what we have happening here at Spencer Hospital. And also, if you'd like to learn more about LINC or any of these projects, you can visit our website at spencerhospital.org. Bye, everyone. I'm with Jill Barr, Navigation Coordinator with LINC. And Jill, thank you so much for taking some time. And really, thank you for working with these great students to help us get the word out about 988 and some other really great programs. But I just would like to take a moment, tell us a little bit about what LINC is and how it helps the community.
Yeah, so LINC was actually, we're in our 4th year now, and was created to be, we serve as kind of the table for providers in our community to gather around. We set the table for communication between providers so we can ultimately provide the best care together for our community. So being able to communicate back and forth, but we also do a little bit of community outreach as well. We have different community partners that are all making up our LINC advisory board, and one of our partners is the school. And so that's kind of how we got involved with the No Boundaries program. And I'm so excited. The students have done such a wonderful job of being a part of the projects, coming up with the projects, how it kind of evolved from one thing into the next, and it kind of kept getting a little bit bigger and bigger and more involved, and they were there for it.
They rolled with it.
Yes, and they did so great. And the mission of LINC is creating hope, health, and wellness through community collaboration. And I think through these projects and the different initiatives that we do, we're doing just that in the community.
And I'm putting you a little bit on the spot, but can you list off some of the organizations that you help bring together so that everyone knows what everyone else is doing, they know the resources that are available, and when someone needs help, they can all help get people to the right resources, because our community is so fortunate. We really have so many mental health resources available, but if you don't know, where do you even begin? And so often you can get stuck in your own silo. And so the beauty of LINC is that you bring everybody together. Like you said, you bring them together on that table. So who are some of the organizations that you work with?
So we work with, in our community, obviously the hospital has been a great supporter of the LINC program. And we also work with law enforcement with both our PD and our sheriff's department. We work closely now that the state, with their behavioral health system, they have the Administrative Service Organization, which is Iowa Primary Care Association. So we have representatives from the district leader to the lead system navigator that help on the LINC Advisory Committee. We have various partners, including Season Center and Rosecrans Jackson Centers, Lutheran Services in Iowa. We also have our school. We have a wealth of partners, and also public health, because mental health and physical health, they're all intertwined together. It's just health. And so we look at a lot of partners with social determinants of health as well, food insecurity, housing. It would take a long time to name all of them,
That's okay, that's okay.
kind of in that social services circle, or those that provide help for others in the community. We all work together because they all intersect all the time.
Now, Jill, if somebody wants to learn more about LINC and some of the organizations you work with and the services you provide, and how you're linking the different organizations together, how can they learn more about what you do and what LINC does?
I would say the best would just be to reach out to me, and I'd be happy to chat with you directly. It is jill.barr@spencerhospital.org. We also have a resource directory for Clay County that lists a lot of our providers, what they do, and that is yourlinc, LINC.org, that they can find out more information as well.
That's awesome. Thanks so much, Jill.
You're welcome.